In 2013, the global average CO2 level was more or less 395 parts per million. 2013. In 2023, we just increase our CO2 emissions content into the atmosphere from 395 to 420 parts per million. It's not that much. So it is accurate to say that make a revolutionary decision on the industry should be like the CO2 emissions, or we need to understand very well what is going on in the economy to understand how we can really implement sustainable practices that can make our companies better, more efficient, more profitable, and try to keep the aluminum that we are creating in the US for the US. So why am I am talking about this? Because the issue that I am seeing here is I think we don't understand very well what is CO2 emissions and what is the real danger that we have here, or if it's not a danger at all. So I was checking this video of John Sacco, and I like him. He's super good on what he is doing, but I am not agreeing one thing, that the focusing on CO2 emissions is not the right focus that we need to have in order to increase and improve our industry. And I'm talking more about aluminum. He's more focusing on steel mills. But do you have an idea about what is the CO2 level in percentage in the atmosphere today? Because that's the point of view that we need to approach and say, okay, is this a reality? Is something that is changing our climate? Is something that is real, something real that we really need to face in order to make sense all these changes that we did into the past 20 decades or something like that, in the past 20 years. It is something that help us to justify what we have done into our industry, or is not. So let me give you some details here. Percentage today of CO2 in our atmosphere is 0.04%. And it's been like that for the last 10 years. It's not moving. Actually, 10 years ago was 0.04. Today is 0.0425. In 10 years, we increase almost nothing. And do you have, or you are, let's say, aware what is going to happen if we reduce even more the CO2 into our atmosphere?